I'm Sherry, 30, standing on the balcony of my penthouse, overlooking the twinkling city lights below. I can hardly believe how far I've come. It's been 2 years since that fateful birthday dinner, and every day since has been a journey of self-discovery and liberation. As I take a sip of champagne, my mind drifts back to that evening. I was so naive, thinking that my family would finally appreciate all the sacrifices I'd made over the years. I'd spent months searching for the perfect gift for my dad, a vintage 1950 Hamilton watch that I knew he'd cherish. But instead of gratitude, I was met with jealousy and resentment. My mom, Victoria, had always been critical of me. She was a controlling woman who wanted to keep me under her thumb, and she saw my success as a threat. My older brother, Ryan, was a narcissist who thought the world revolved around him. And my younger brother, Ethan, was a manipulator who knew how to play on my emotions. I remember sitting at the table, feeling like an outsider. My mom and brothers were all laughing and joking, but I couldn't join in. I felt like I was on the outside looking in, watching as they enjoyed themselves while I suffered in silence. When it came time to exchange gifts, I knew things were going to go wrong. Ryan presented my dad with a set of generic grilling tools, and Ethan gave him a framed photo of himself. But when my dad opened my gift, the room went silent. He was clearly touched, but my mom's face hardened. "You must have a lot of money to throw around if you can afford to buy something like that," she said, her voice dripping with sarcasm. "I guess it's easy when you don't have a husband or kids to take care of." I tried to defend myself, but it was no use. My mom and brothers ganged up on me, telling me that I was selfish and ungrateful. They said that I'd always been the problem, that I'd never been a real part of the family. In that moment, I realized that I'd been living a lie. I'd spent my whole life trying to please my family, but they'd never truly loved me. They'd only used me for my money and my resources, and they'd never once appreciated all that I'd done for them. I left the restaurant that night, feeling broken and alone. But as I drove away, I also felt a sense of relief. I'd finally seen the truth, and I knew that I couldn't go back. Over the next few weeks, I cut ties with my family. I blocked their numbers and deleted their social media accounts. I focused on my work and my friends, and I started to rebuild my life. It wasn't easy. There were times when I missed my family, when I wished that things could be different. But I knew that I couldn't go back to the way things were. I had to keep moving forward no matter how hard it was. As the months passed, I started to see the benefits of my decision. I was happier and more confident than I'd ever been. I'd finally found my own voice, and I was no longer afraid to stand up for myself. I also met someone special. His name is Daniel, and he's the most amazing person I've ever met. He's kind, intelligent, and supportive, and he loves me for who I am. Together, we've built a life that's full of love and happiness. We travel, we explore new places, and we spend time with our friends and family. And every day, I'm grateful for the second chance that I've been given. Looking back on that birthday dinner, I realized that it was a turning point in my life. It was the moment when I finally woke up and saw the truth. And while it was painful at the time, I wouldn't change a thing, because it led me to where I am today, and I'm happier than I've ever been.